5 minutes for men here with TR Nichols for 5 minutes for men, where we have discussions and conversations about things that men talk about, usually amongst themselves. This topic for today, which is budgeting. This is more of a inner circle conversation that I would usually have with just one or two people in my circle, right? A lot of what I have found in those conversations is just being mindful about, it's not really about how much you make in the overall scheme of things. It's about how much you spend. So what I have found in these conversations is that when you take the time to write down what you feel your expenditures will be for whatever period of time in between payments from your small business, your large business, or your paycheck. If you write those things down and you get an awareness of what's going to be left over after that, that then allows you to have less stress, if your numbers are right, in terms of your living process. And what that usually entails is, how much money do you have left over after all your bills are paid, all your incidentals are taken care of? What's that amount you have left over to do other things, right? And then it's making choices about what either those other things are, or what you may not be able to do based on what your bill level is. Now, with budgeting, what I have found is that the more detailed my budget is, the more accurate I am with the predicting of what needs to be paid, whether that's having things automatically come out of the account or things like that, all that rolled in. The more accurate I am with my budgeting, the better off I am as far as long-term goals, right? So historically, when I have either gotten an increase in pay or transitioned to another job that increases my pay, I have taken a certain percentage of that increase and dedicated it to a particular future, right? So, and when I say future, that just means things that I know that are going to come up in the future that I will need to pay moving down the line. So, as an example, that may be like college fund for the kids, or it may be that I will take some of that increase in salary and start to pay more towards my mortgage, or excuse me, or I may, if I have, at one point in time, I had a solar panel bill. So if I would get any increase or anything like that, I would put money towards that to get that knocked out and taken care of, so that I'm not paying that over the long-term contract that I signed to pay that down. And that way that payment is no longer needed to be paid, and that's something in the future that I won't have to deal with. So things like that is usually what I try to do with my budget. And what I found from my friends is that when they put a budget in play and they have a goal they're trying to get to, the budgets help immensely in trying to get to those goals. So I'm definitely interested in what other men have to say about how they budget. Are there apps you use? Do you have a detailed budget, or is it a loose kind of budget? And what goals have budget setting allowed you to accomplish? And how do you actually, in relation, how do you budget for now and for the future, to lessen your budgetary woes, if you have any in the future? How do you do that? So definitely interested in that. Comment below, subscribe to 5 Minutes for Men. and tell me your thoughts. I'm definitely interested in how you are going about budgeting and working with your finances in a way that lessens that mental burden of what's coming in and what's going out. TR Nichols, 5 Minutes for Men. Take 5 minutes a day to have a discussion about budgeting.